Without further ado, let's turn our attention to across the pond and two of our favourite exports to America, Harry and Meghan, and find out what they're up to. They've gone quiet for a while. Well, not for much longer. Let's speak to Charlie Ray, former royal editor of The Sun. Now, of course, we know that dear Harry and his darling wife Meghan can't come to Britain because we, the taxpayer, shouldn't have to pay for them to have armed police protection. Although the last time I think Harry flew in to actually see his dad, he got a convoy, a cavalcade, a sort of presidential security escort. But there you go. They can't come to Britain. But they're off to Colombia, apparently. Tell us more.
Well, Alex, when I first heard this yesterday, I had to check the calendar to make sure it wasn't April the 1st and this was some terrible joke that Prince Harry was playing on us all. This is a guy who cannot come to Britain or bring his wife to Britain, and family, because it's too dangerous. Yet he's quite happy to head off and go to one of the most dangerous countries in the world. That is a country that the UK Foreign Office advises against travel to certain parts, and the US State Department go even further and actually ask and advise their citizens to reconsider their plans to go there because of the civil unrest and the prospect of kidnapping. Now, I'm not suggesting Harry's going to be a victim or a possible target for kidnapping because he'll be too well protected.
No one's going to pay his ransom, mate.
Or maybe we should be paying money for them to keep him, but that's by the by. Because he's going to this country, and it is amazing that he keeps on continually criticising this country about safety and everything else, and yet he's prepared to go to these countries. He went to Nigeria earlier on, which is not exactly 100% safe, but it's a lot safer than Colombia.
Blimey. I mean, talking about a hypocrisy, which is something that Harry and Meghan are very professional at trading in, they're also going to be discussing cyber abuse. And Prince Harry's turned around and said parents have to be the first responders when dealing with the kids and the stuff they're seeing online. Well, you know, earlier on, Tim and I were basically discussing this and saying, you know, it's almost about high time we pull the plug on social media. But talk about biting the hand that feeds you. What are they going to do if online doesn't exist? Harry and Meghan don't actually have proper jobs. They live online with a, you know, would-be cooking show and selling a jam of whatever it is, condiments and a rubbish.
Well, you're absolutely right, Alex, and I was listening to your conversation earlier on, and yeah, I fully agree with everything you say. And yeah, and Harry and Meghan, you know, to give them a little bit of credit, it is right that they are trying to do their little bit to stop cyberbullying. But it's a bit, you know, disingenuous for them to say it's parents' first responsibility. Well, of course it is. Don't give the kids mobile phones. Wait till they're 16, right, and then let them have the phones. They don't need phones at 5 or 6. I mean, she talks about trying to save her 2 children. They're 5 and 3. They won't be on the internet yet.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's funny. Like, I actually flirted with having a TikTok account for about 2 seconds and then realised I was going against my own principles and so deleted it because, as far as I'm concerned, that is a Chinese-run platform which profits from creating discord in this country and, frankly, brainwashing oodles of people. Now, it seems to me that the way Meghan's flogging a rubbish jam is on Instagram, which is the exact same platform that she's now complaining about, you know, creating cyberbullying of people like her kids.
Yes, it is astounding, as you quite rightly say, the hypocrisy of it all. But, you know, I mean, if they're prepared to put their voices to a clampdown on online bullying, I agree with them that we should try to do the best we can. But as you quite rightly say, there is only one way of doing it. Pull the plug on it. It's that simple. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, we've become very authoritarian today, aren't we? But, you know, Prince Harry's like, I hate the papers. I want to be in them. I hate social media. I need to be on it. You know, I don't want to come to Britain. Please pay for me. Oh, no, but I'm going to go to Colombia instead. It's just such mixed messaging. You'd think that, you know, he should take a word of advice from his dad. But my understanding is the king won't even pick up the blower to Harry anymore. Well,
he won't. It's very, very simple, because whenever he rings his father, it is a monothon, really. It's complaining. And one of the things he is hoping, and I don't know where Harry's got this from, but one of the things he is hoping is that in his battle against the Home Office about security, that his father can somehow magically, you know, swing it his way. But his father does not sit on the committee. Now, that is the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, RAVAC. They are the ones who decide who gets protection in this country and who doesn't get protection. Harry, the King has got nothing at all to do with it, although a member of the royal household does sit on the committee, but doesn't have any voting power or any rights on its own. As you said earlier on, the last time Harry was here, he arrived at, I think it was in a private jet. He got picked up airside in a blacked out Range Rover, driven through. He didn't even have to stop for red lights. He had so much of an escort to get to see his father, which is, probably right. But he gets protection, a limited amount of protection in this country when he's with other royals.
Right. It's a bit like, if you're coming to do some work, fine, you get the trappings of it. If you're coming just to have a holiday or serve your own interests, frankly, you don't. It's a bit like me saying to Talk, I'm going to go on holiday to Morocco. Please, can you organise my flights for me? I mean, it's ridiculous. Charlie Ray, thank you ever so much, former royal editor of The Sun. There